Okay, you guys, welcome. This is the third day of the 5-day foam rolling challenge. Let's get right into it. Start off with a pre-stretch, which will be your forward fold. Just see where you land when you fold. Just take notice. This is about awareness. So note that in your mind and see what it feels like and see what where you are actually feeling this. Okay, the next pre-stretch is going to be for IT band. So today's focus is just that, the muscle group of the abductors, the outer thigh. So if we could try to get into a pigeon-like pose, and it's a little bit different for everyone, so pay attention to what you're feeling. I don't want you to have any joint pain, but see what that feels like to get into that. Now, if that's just not even possible and you really just, that's not going to be good for you, stand up and do the cross leg. And just pay attention to where you land and where you feel that. And then switch legs. This is a pre-stretch just to get a sense of awareness. Pay attention to the way you feel and where you feel it and the ease or dis-ease of getting into that particular stretch. Okay, let's move on. We have about 30 seconds on each of the major muscle groups around the hip. So take a seat on it, and we're just going to start right here with the glute. Roll the whole length. Breathe. Breathe. Try your best to relax. We're really not here very long, but we are just going to kind of touch on all the muscles in the beginning that surround the hip. And then from here, we're going to move into just that of the IT band. So your outer thigh, the hip abductors. And so therefore, get into like the sideline position. You could cross your leg in front over if that's better and that serves as a better anchor for you. Or again, right here with your foot behind and put your weight in the arms if that's just incredible and just well, too intense. And then again, if you want more, this is the whole length. The whole length of that outer thigh there. That's going to be much more intense, so see what you're feeling and pay attention. Now simply transition, same leg, and we're just getting the hamstring. Press your weight into it to get more of a compression there and to release that, the fascia and any kind of tightness or scar tissue perhaps from past injuries. You turn your toe out and then turn your toe inward. Now you get to feel the difference as you do that rotation through your hip, the different portions of that muscle that may be a little bit tight. All right, no problem. Let's flip it to the other side. So, once again, if you line your foam roller up with mine, it may be easier to follow if you're brand new at this, but I'm just rolling with it. I'm just rolling with it. Stay right there, don't move. Do not move, keep doing what you're doing. Just roll with it, the length of the muscle. Relax this lower leg. Let the muscle give there. It may take a little bit of time. We're not really going to stay here too long now because we're just going to use this as a little mini warm-up and just to see if there's going to be a change with us just simply doing 30 seconds on these major muscles for 5 days straight. Let's just see. Let's see. Now, obviously, I would encourage you if you have more time, absolutely take more time. But for the sake of what we're doing in a 10-minute short span, let's just see if this is really going to work or not. All right, now I'm going to flip it. So hamstring here. And I really want to stay on time. Press into it. Turn your toe inward. Feel the inner portion there. And then turn your toe outward. Just feel that that different portion of the hamstring. All right, now let's flip it over to the quads. We do not want to forget about the quads. So brace your abs, roll the length from your hip to the knee, but not over your knee. Be strong in your shoulders, and certainly you have to keep your abs really braced here, because otherwise, if they were disengaged, it may put pressure on your low back, and that would actually outweigh the benefits of foam rolling if you're going to strain your back. All right, now let's get into it. Here we go. This is just going to be straight on the IT band, and so we got to get in a sideline position. This position actually helps me to get more sideline because it enables me to sort of turn more to the side versus the leg back here. Now it makes it more like I'm twisted trying to. So play around with it. Everybody's a little bit different. See what it feels like. And as you can see, the foam roller rolls itself. So you usually have to keep resetting, readjusting. But as you can see, I'm going the whole length. Use the upper body if it's just too intense. IT band is the one muscle group that people really just, well, scream and cry out loud all together because it's so tight for so many. And again, you can stay here longer. You can refer back to this video if you like. But for the sake of the challenge that I created of in 10 minutes, can there be a change? Let's stick to the time. People don't have a lot of time in every day, and the fact is you just won't do it if it's going to take a lot of time. But if you can feel so much better and actually see a difference, I think you will. I think you'll do anything to alleviate your pain and to move better. All right, we're breathing there. Is there a hot spot anywhere? If there is, stay on it. Breathe. Maybe do a side swiping action and get into that scar tissue or that tightness in that area, and then roll again. Breathe and keep going. Keep going. Do not stop. Do not stop. All right, now stop and flip it to the other side. Whatever that looks like. Get yourself supported in your upper body. Now, if this is like the other option, like I showed you in the warm-up, is like really putting your body weight into the upper body here, and that is like extreme. That's like all your weight on that roller, that particular muscle there. So it's really, it's almost like that of a, what do you call them? The kitchen pin, the rollers for the kitchen, and how the way that you roll the pin on the meat and how it becomes more pliable and just sort of lengthy. It's sort of the same kind of concept here, if you could think of it like that. So imagine that. And again, this is your other option. If you're like that with the foot on the floor, you get a chance to put your weight into the heel, and then the more you get used to doing this, you know what happens. You put less and less weight into the heel because the muscle is able to really withstand that feeling of pain for many. But more you do it, more like pleasure. Is there a hot spot? If there is, identify it, breathe, side swiping action. Think about sort of loosening up any adhesions there or scar tissue. And then roll again, breathe. After this, we're going to do our post-test. When we do the post-test and pre-test every day, this is about you subjectively feeling what it feels like. Is it easier to get into and out of? And then seeing a change in your range of motion. So that's what you're testing. It's on you. Your pre-test, the post-test, and now that's exactly where we are. So, stand up. Forward fold. Do you feel a difference getting into that? Do you see a difference in how far you can fold? That's your question to answer. Now, this stretch standing or pigeon on the floor. Once again, do you have a better range of motion? Can you see that? And if you can't visually see that, is it a little bit easier to just get into and out of? Try it on the other side. This is about mobility. If we can move better, we exert less energy. And you have energy left over for the real fun things in life. You shouldn't have aches and pains all day, every day. So let's find a way to relieve that. I hope that you see and feel a difference from today. And that is it. Thank you for coming, and come back again for the next major muscle group.